people do believe in EVs and there's a huge opportunity there. So at General Motors, we're just focused on executing well. We've really worked to listen and understand what the customer's looking for. And remember, we're not necessarily just selling at the premium end. We're going to have electric vehicles affordable at $30,000.
In a seismic industry shakeup, GM CEO Mary Barra has made a startling decision to shut down electric vehicle production, sending shockwaves through the automotive world. Why is General Motors, a key player in the EV revolution, pivoting away from electric cars? Let's unravel the unfolding narrative of this unexpected move. In a surprising turn of events, General Motors, a once dominant force in the automotive industry, is facing a severe crisis, losing nearly $200 million every week. The CEO, Mary Barra, has made a massive decision that could potentially cost the company billions. GM is shutting down its electric vehicle production, going against the tide of the EV revolution. This decision stems from the apparent failure of GM's strategy in the EV market, where overpriced EVs are struggling to find buyers, resulting in massive financial losses and consumer backlash. The recent announcement by GM revealed a significant shift in focus, with the company deciding to invest nearly $1 billion in combustion engines instead of EVs. Mary Barra acknowledged that EVs priced between $30,000 and $40,000 are not proving to be profitable, as consumers are hesitant to pay such high prices. This revelation raises questions about GM's understanding of market demand and its ability to produce EVs that align with consumer expectations. One of the key reasons behind GM's financial woes is the overproduction of EVs, priced at levels that the market seems unwilling to bear. Barra's strategy of flooding the market with high-priced electric cars has resulted in unsold inventory, with reports of GM pickup trucks reaching exorbitant prices, some even hitting $100,000. The misjudgment of the market demand has led to substantial losses and a potential threat to the company's existence. Furthermore, GM, under Barra's leadership, has faced quality issues, with reports of faulty trucks and SUVs being sold. This has resulted in a hefty fine of $16 million. Simultaneously, ongoing worker strikes have added to the company's financial woes, with losses accumulating to over $1 billion. A controversial decision by Barra to halt the production of the Bolt, one of GM's top-selling EV models, and the shutdown of several EV manufacturing plants have left both the public and industry experts in disbelief. GM, which had previously announced its commitment to transitioning its entire vehicle lineup to electric by 2035, is now delaying the launch of several EV models, including the Chevrolet Silverado EV, Chevrolet Equinox EV, and GMC Sierra EV. GM's recent earnings reports paint a grim picture, with profits from internal combustion engine cars contrasting sharply with losses from EVs. While the EV industry is still growing, GM's struggles indicate a potential mismatch between consumer expectations, pricing strategies, and the readiness of the market for a complete transition to electric vehicles. With over 90 new EV models slated to debut in the US by 2026, the industry is facing challenges in achieving profitability, as indicated by the decline in the growth rate of EV sales. GM's decision to allocate more than $1 billion to the manufacturing of new heavy-duty ICE pickup trucks suggests a strategic move to cater to the existing demand for traditional vehicles. Despite the earlier commitment to an all-electric fleet by 2035, GM seems poised to continue producing its most profitable ICE trucks and SUVs for an extended period. GM's recent struggles highlight the complexities of the evolving automotive landscape. While the environment and technological merits of EVs are undeniable, the economic realities faced by consumers, especially the middle class, cannot be ignored. The misjudgment of market dynamics and the rush to produce high-end, overpriced EVs have proven to be a business misstep for GM. The company's decision to return its focus to ICE vehicles underscores the enduring demand for traditional vehicles until EV technology becomes more affordable and reliable. The case of GM serves as a cautionary tale for the automotive industry, emphasizing the importance of understanding consumer needs, affordability, and market dynamics in the pursuit of innovation. The road to an all-electric future may be longer and more nuanced than anticipated, requiring a balanced approach that considers the preferences and financial capabilities of a diverse consumer base. GM affirms commitment to electric vehicles by 2035, despite production delays. Let us look into this in detail. General Motors CEO Mary Barra reiterated the company's commitment to transitioning to an all-electric vehicle lineup by 2035, despite recent setbacks in EV production. Barra's announcement comes amidst a changing landscape for the automotive industry, with an increased focus on electric mobility and the challenges posed by regulatory expectations. CEO Mary Barra reaffirmed GM's ambitious plan to cease gas-powered vehicle sales by 2035, emphasizing the company's unwavering commitment to electric mobility. Despite recent delays in EV production and the adjustment of targets, Barra expressed confidence in GM's ability to adapt to evolving customer needs. GM faced hurdles in its EV production plans, as it announced in October the abandonment of a goal to build 400,000 EVs from 2022 to mid-2024. Delays in the production of electric pickup trucks and the cancellation of a $5 billion joint venture with Honda reflected the challenges GM encountered in its pursuit of an electric future. Barra emphasized the importance of regulations aligning with customer preferences and the readiness of charging infrastructure. As the Biden administration pursues stringent vehicle emission regulations, GM aims to navigate the evolving regulatory landscape while ensuring that customer demands and charging infrastructure keep pace with the transition to EVs. US automakers, including GM, have expressed concerns about potential fuel economy fines, with projections reaching billions of dollars. Barra's engagement with Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm underscores the industry's efforts to address policy challenges, including proposed revisions to how petroleum equivalent fuel economy ratings for EVs are calculated. GM signaled conditional support for the administration's fuel economy proposal, contingent on the revision of the Energy Department's petroleum equivalent proposal. The ongoing dialogue between automakers and policymakers highlights the collaborative effort required to establish regulatory frameworks conducive to both environmental sustainability and industry viability. General Motors CEO faces scrutiny over $29 million salary amidst unprecedented auto workers' strike. Mary Barra defended her multi-million-dollar salary, citing its tie to company performance, akin to profit-sharing agreements for workers. Barra emphasized that 92% of her compensation is contingent on the company's success. Despite a 34% increase in her salary over the last 4 years, she justified it as a reflection of GM's performance. Approximately 146,000 workers across GM, Ford, and Stellantis launched staggered strikes, marking a historic moment in the United Auto Workers' history. The strikes began after negotiators failed to reach a deal by the 14 September deadline, emphasizing the escalating tensions between the UAW and the Big Three automakers. The UAW, representing auto workers, contends that wages have not kept pace with company profits and executive compensations. Workers' demands include a 36% wage increase over 4 years, aligning with CEO compensation increases and a push for a reduced 32-hour workweek. The strike underscores long-standing grievances over working conditions and compensation disparities. UAW President Shawn Fain criticized corporate greed, stating that the strike represents a response to decades of the billionaire class benefiting at the expense of workers. The union argues that it's time for workers to share in the success of profitable companies, drawing attention to the economic disparities between executives and the workforce. In conclusion, the automotive industry is undergoing unprecedented challenges, with General Motors at the center of attention. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to stay updated. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video. Start your engines, or maybe don't, because the apocalypse of EVs seems to be upon us. General Motors, the titans of the automotive world, have apparently stumbled upon a treacherous path. They can't seem to sell their EVs. Is this the beginning of the end for electric vehicles as we know them? Join us as we unravel the mysteries behind this unexpected turn of events. Electric vehicles were once hailed as the future of the automotive industry, but recent developments suggests this future may be farther off than anticipated. GM, an early pioneer of EVs, is now sounding alarm bells and pulling back on EV investments. What has prompted this dramatic shift that is sending ripples through the industry? This video will analyze the unexpected EV struggles at GM and other automakers, examining the factors driving the pivot back to gas-powered vehicles and assessing whether complete abandonment of EVs is the answer. GM was once leading the charge into the electric vehicle revolution, but with its recent decision to halt EV truck production and invest heavily in gas-powered vehicles, the company has left the industry shocked and speculative about underlying issues plaguing the EV market. Does GM know something that others don't? GM CEO Mary Barra has issued a dire EV warning, stating the company is hemorrhaging money on electric vehicles which are facing substantial rejection from consumers. She cites high battery costs, making EVs unprofitable and complicating efforts to produce more affordable models. This prognosis conflicts with the optimistic view of an imminent EV future long trumpeted by GM and others. Barra expresses doubts price parity with gas cars will arrive anytime soon, projecting 2030 as the earliest point. Her controversial prescription is a temporary shift back to the company's traditional combustion engine expertise until fundamental economics realign. What prompted GM's gloomy EV reappraisal and strategic redirection back to gas-powered vehicles? Industry data reveals sales of EVs lagging projections as consumer enthusiasm wanes. Nearly 1 million EVs sit unsold on dealer lots as the sales pace decelerates. Affordability remains a persistent barrier, with EVs costing thousands more than comparable gas cars despite automaker investments of $66 billion in this sector. Tesla, the EV poster child, has slashed prices up to 30% amid declining sales volumes and margins. The grim financial realities of EVs are setting in. With its stock price tumbling about 40% over the past year, GM is racing to rescue itself from potential financial ruin. Has Mary Barra made the right call to hit the brakes on EVs and swerve back towards gas-powered cars? Or does GM need a more balanced approach? GM's heavy investments in EVs, autonomous technology, and subscription services have backfired, pummeling profits and the stock price. The company has halted EV production expansion, recognizing demand is falling far short of optimistic projections. Barra cites exorbitant battery expenses as an obstacle to affordable EV manufacturing. GM recently shuttered a venture with Honda to produce sub-$30,000 EVs due to profitability challenges. Automakers are learning the hard way that consumers are not yet ready to pay the premiums EVs command. GM's EV struggles are rippling through the related lithium battery supply chain, battering producers like Albemarle and Livent as forecasts dim. With demand declining, lithium prices have plummeted 70% from last year's peaks. Relatedly, Tesla just paused construction on its Berlin Gigafactory, another sign of industry turmoil. Meanwhile, surging hybrid sales highlight consumer preference for a middle ground technology. Facing harsh realities, GM is pumping billions into gas-powered trucks and SUVs which deliver profits and align with current market demand. The company is enhancing plans for larger combustion engine models with enduring American appeal. While not abandoning EVs entirely, GM is tactically adjusting to market conditions, balancing electric aspirations with financial imperatives. The strategic whiplash in the auto industry illustrates that triumphant forecasts discounted real-world consumer and economic factors. Market pivots like GM's may offer valuable course corrections. As recently as 2020, GM ambitiously slated 400,000 EV sales by mid-2024. But today, a perfect storm of factors has GM backpedaling furiously on EVs. With the benefit of hindsight, were industry leaders like GM overly exuberant about near-term EV adoption? GM's projections proved overly optimistic on both consumer demand and manufacturing capabilities. The pullback of EV production expansion suggests the company recognizes it overplayed its hand. Industry-wide, nearly 1 million EVs sit on dealer lots unsold. GM misfired on affordability, abandoning a $30,000 EV collaboration with Honda. Tesla too miscalculated demand, resulting in massive price cuts to spur sales. Fundamentally, battery costs remain an obstacle to inexpensive EVs, keeping purchase prices elevated compared to gas cars. Lofty profitability and sales expectations discounted economic realities like high interest rates that affect car buying. GM admits falling battery costs, which enable more affordable EVs, likely won't arrive until the 2030s timeline. The challenges have been compounded by other miscues like software issues delaying new EVs. For GM, these misjudgments have brought the company precariously close to bankruptcy. But Mary Barra's decision to temporarily re-optimize GM's proven combustion engine capabilities while sustaining some EV investment provides pragmatism. The company is balancing its portfolio to serve current profitable demands for truck and SUVs while keeping long-term EV optionality. The pivot indicates GM recognizes mistakes were made in overestimating EV adoption rates. With economic conditions evolving, responsible strategic adjustments are appropriate to keep automakers financially viable. In the mid-1990s, GM destroyed over 1,000 EV prototypes, deeming them non-viable. 30 years later, GM again appears skeptical about betting entirely on EVs. With the company wavering, is consumer preference for EVs overstated? GM's abandonment of those 1990s EVs offers an intriguing historical parallel to today's challenges. The hype around electric vehicles often surpasses sober consumer and economic realities. While symbolizing innovation, EVs accounted for only 5.8% of 2022 US auto sales versus 15% for hybrids. Consumers see merits in hybrids' balance of gas efficiency and affordability. Meanwhile, the $66 billion automaker investment in EVs betting on rapid adoption is undergoing painful reassessment. Tesla, which catalyzed EV buzz, has seen its stock crater 65% from 2021 peaks. Semiconductor shortages, battery costs, and other factors continue delaying the economies of scale for more affordable EVs. GM admits prices likely won't reach parity with gas cars until the 2030s timeline. With utopian hopes confronting complex realities, prudent adjustments are wise. GM's move to increase profitable gas-powered vehicles while sustaining some EV investment balances economic viability and long-view optionality. The company recognizes complete abandonment of EVs could become tomorrow's mistake. Instead, aligning strategic investments with consumer demand and financial fundamentals can optimize automaker health. In the 1990s, GM's EV program was crushed under disappointing sales and losses. Today, eerie parallels exist as GM cites weak EV demand and profit bleeds. Will GM's latest electrification efforts go up in smoke like the doomed 1990s experiment? Important differences separate today's challenges from that 1990s false start. GM now has more mature EV technology and supply chains available. The company is sustaining some EV investments rather than abandoning them entirely, and consumer environmental awareness has risen over 30 years. Still, the echoes are informative about the gap between EV hype and consumer adoption realities. This underscores the value of GM's data-driven flexibility to align strategic bets with demand signals. And there you have it, folks, the EV market crash. A cliffhanger that leaves us all charging our disbelief. Who knew that General Motors' struggle to sell EVs would be the next plot twist in the world of electric vehicles? Before you rush to trade your electric car for a horse-drawn carriage, remember to smash that like button and subscribe for more thrilling tales from the world of automotive chaos. Did the CEO just plan to end relations with GM? Is it true? In the fast-paced world of automobiles, where every twist and turn can redefine an industry, a seismic shock has jolted the automotive landscape. Whispers of the impending departure of General Motors' chief executive officer. Grab your cup of tea as we spill the hot news of how GM CEO is now making headlines. The road ahead for one of the titans of the automotive world takes an unexpected and uncertain turn. The air is thick with speculation. Stock prices have gone crazy, and the future of GM is hanging in the balance. Total chaos, right? In a shocking turn of events, the automotive world is abuzz with rumors and speculation surrounding the potential departure of the chief executive officer of General Motors. This unexpected news has sent shockwaves through the industry, leaving stakeholders and enthusiasts alike questioning the future direction of one of the world's largest automakers. But what is making the GM CEO quit things? For the unknown, GM is the acronym for General Motors and is one of the world's largest automakers. Founded in 1908 in Detroit, Michigan, GM has since played a pivotal role in shaping the global automotive industry. The company has a rich history, marked by innovations, iconic models, and periods of both success and challenges. GM operates under various brand names, including Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac, and Buick, and has a significant presence in multiple countries. To understand the gravity of this situation, it's crucial to reflect on the journey of the current GM CEO. For understanding the downfall, let's first see the times when the CEO stood high. The CEO took the helm during a period of significant challenges for the company. From facing financial struggles and a tarnished reputation, she implemented a series of strategic initiatives aimed at revitalizing GM. Under her leadership, the company witnessed a remarkable turnaround, reclaiming its status as a powerhouse in the global automotive market. During this tenure, GM achieved several notable milestones, including the successful launch of innovative electric vehicles, strategic partnerships with tech companies, and an increased focus on sustainability. However, no leadership tenure is without its challenges. The automotive industry has been undergoing a seismic shift with the rise of electric and autonomous vehicles, and GM has faced its fair share of hurdles in adapting to this rapidly changing landscape. The news of a potential exit for the CEO caught many by surprise. Speculation is rife about the reasons behind this abrupt development, with insiders hinting at internal disagreements, clashes in vision, or even undisclosed personal reasons. The absence of an official statement from GM has only fueled the rumor mill, leaving analysts and enthusiasts to piece together the puzzle from available information and industry whispers. Recently, the CEO banned EVs, and this caused enough stir in the automobile world. When the entire world is on the verge of switching to EVs with respect to growing environmental consciousness, the CEO banned EVs. Experts predict that financial constraints and market analysis might be the reason for this ban. Such speculations add to the news of the CEO's tenure end. As news of the potential departure spread, the stock market responded with heightened volatility. GM stock experienced fluctuations as investors and stakeholders grapple with the uncertainty surrounding the CEO's future. This perception of a company's leadership can significantly influence market sentiment, and GM is no exception. The automotive giant will need to carefully manage the fallout to maintain investor confidence and protect its market position. In the event of the CEO's departure, the focus shifts to potential successors. Speculation about internal candidates, industry veterans, or leaders from other sectors has intensified. The selection of a new CEO will undoubtedly be a critical decision for GM, influencing the company's strategic direction and ability to navigate the evolving automotive landscape. A smooth leadership transition will be essential to ensure continuity and stability. The automotive industry is undergoing a period of unprecedented change, with technological advancements, environmental concerns, and shifting consumer preferences reshaping the landscape. GM's next CEO will face the formidable challenge of navigating these trends, including the accelerated adoption of electric vehicles, the development of autonomous driving technologies, and the growing emphasis on sustainability. Well. Whenever there's a rumor, there are people adding and analyzing it. Experts of automobile landscapes say that the end of a CEO's tenure can be influenced by various factors, mostly speculative. Experts firstly state the performance issue for the departure of the CEO. Persistent poor financial performance or failure to meet shareholder expectations may prompt the board to seek new leadership. A decline in GM's market share or failure to keep up with industry trends and competitors could lead to leadership changes. Disagreements between the CEO and the board regarding the strategic direction of the company, especially in the rapidly evolving automotive landscape. The next reason on the list is the inability or unwillingness to adapt to emerging industry trends, such as electric and autonomous vehicles, could have led to a parting of ways. We discussed that earlier. Untold scandals, ethical lapses, or legal issues involving the CEO can lead to a loss of trust among the board, shareholders, and the public. Failure to adhere to regulatory requirements or industry standards can be a catalyst for leadership changes. There are many more reasons and guesses so as to why the CEO is parting ways with GM. Internal sources reveal executive team conflicts. Ongoing conflicts within the executive team or a lack of cohesion can create a disruptive internal environment. Widespread dissatisfaction among employees, unions, or other key stakeholders can prompt the board to reevaluate leadership. It doesn't always mean bad news. Sometimes the end of a CEO's tenure is part of a planned succession strategy orchestrated by the board to bring in fresh leadership. CEOs may step down due to personal reasons, health concerns, or to pursue other opportunities. Increased pressure from activist investors seeking changes in strategic direction, cost-cutting measures, or other reforms can influence CEO departures. A new CEO stepping into the leadership role of such a big multinational company wields a transformative power to reshape its trajectory and enhance its competitive edge. As per a survey, here are a few insights to this shift. Firstly, the new leader can institute a strategic vision that aligns with the evolving market landscape, ensuring the company remains agile and responsive to industry trends. Implementing robust corporate governance practices and fostering a culture of transparency and accountability can rebuild stakeholder trust, crucial for sustaining long-term successes. In tandem, the CEO can drive innovation by prioritizing research and development, embracing emerging technologies, and cultivating a culture that encourages creative thinking. Addressing workforce dynamics, the new CEO may champion employee engagement initiatives, talent development, and diversity and inclusion efforts to foster a motivated and skilled team. To bolster financial performance, the CEO can optimize operational efficiency, explore new revenue streams, and engage in strategic partnerships or acquisitions. Additionally, a strong focus on sustainability and corporate social responsibility can enhance the company's reputation and appeal to socially conscious consumers. Ultimately, the new CEO serves as a catalyst for positive change, steering the multinational company towards resilience, growth, and a future marked by adaptability and innovation. Hope you liked watching our video. If you enjoyed watching this video, then click on the like button and definitely subscribe to our channel. Share your ideas and views in the comments section below.